Greetings, guys. It's Fancy, the award-winning publisher and editor-in-chief of Swagger Magazine. And on Monday, we made the announcement that Swagger Magazine was now offering SEO services. For those who are unfamiliar with SEO, that is search engine optimization, um, which I guess you could say is kind of like a marketing strategy. Um, and that's kind of why I'm here today, because I'm like, a lot of people were like, okay, well, Fancy, the product sounds really interesting or the service sounds really interesting, but they didn't quite understand how it worked. And so I wanted to kind of go a little bit more in detail and just explain it to you guys, because I feel like us offering this service is so game changing because, for one, usually you have to go to other people that do not look like us in order to get this service. So the fact that you can actually go to a Black owned business and speak to someone, and they are able to relate to you and your brand, that really says a lot, because what we're offering is so significant. Like, I don't even know. Of course, we've been hearing about SEO for years. Like, I actually went quite some time without having SEO. Um, well, not being optimized, or not having our site optimized, because I just didn't quite understand it. But once I understood it, then I was like, you know what? This is really what my clients need. Like, because we could put you in different publications. We can help you get speaking engagements. We can help you do your book tours, or do these interviews. But at the end of the day, wouldn't it just be so much simpler for you as well? Like, if you could just put everything on autopilot. We talk about automation, but then I feel like us within the Black community, we don't want to invest in the automation. And I feel like SEO is a part of that automation, because you are able to do the things that you want to be doing or that you need to be doing, and not having to worry about, how am I going to drive people to my website every day, because it's going to be doing that for you. Now, I will say search engine optimization does take time. It's not something that immediately kicks in, because it's basically like, just to kind of better explain it to you all, because someone did say like that they didn't quite understand it. So if I explained it in layman's terms, so I'm trying my hardest to do that in layman's terms. But imagine if you uh wanted to get hired at a job, right? And somebody that works at the job. So, of course, if you know somebody that worked there and you have a good relationship with them, you would like for them to put in a good word for you. So when that position opens up, because it's already been taken, when it opens up, you want that person to actually say something to, whoever the hiring manager is, like, hey, I know somebody, that might be interested in this. That is almost one way that you could look at search engine optimization. Like, once you are in Google's algorithm, once your keywords are set, and your keywords are those things that people search, and the keywords are the words that people will put into search to find you, basically. So, like, my keywords might be Black women, or women's empowerment, or Black culture, Black business. Um, what else? Black lifestyle. Those would be some of my keywords that I would have on my websites, because when people are searching those words, I want them to be directed to me. So, still continuing on with our little scenario, and I'm not good with these scenario, y'all. I be trying to do this with my students, so and I still be struggling. So this time I'm trying it with y'all, and I hope that you all are following. So remember, there was a job position a job position opening up, and someone who works at the company, and you want them to put in a good word with the hiring manager. Well, imagine that the hiring manager are your ideal clients. So you want that person to go and say, hey, I know Shaniqua over here got this business, or in this example, Shaniqua has all these skills, she has these certifications, she has been working within the IT field for years, and she would be a great fit. Why don't you go check her out? Here's her resume, here's her LinkedIn, or here's her portfolio, or whatever the case may be. that is kind of how the search engine optimization would work for you if you have it set up properly. The thing is, it's much more detailed than that. But that's the surface level. Whereas I feel like at the surface level, you all should be able to get that much. And from that alone, so I feel just as a business owner to tell you, hey, I need this for my business because this is how I get found. This is how people know that I exist. This is what's going to separate you from them, because if they're not using search engine optimization, then your chances of being found are more likely than someone else's chances, it's just common sense. But I know, like, to me, it just seems like all common sense. I don't know, maybe it's because I work in media, I'm using these type of tools all the time, or I don't know. But I feel like a lot of people aren't grasping how they need this for their website. You can have a website, and this is what I was saying the other day. It's kind of like how people are always saying, well, you're only on social media, you need to have your own real estate. But as I mentioned the other day, if you have your own real estate, nobody comes down that road. Like, what good is it really? You know what I mean? Like, no one's seeing anything there, because no one's thinking of you. You're not coming to front of mind because you're not within the algorithm. It's almost like you're the friend that nobody thinks of because you don't be texting in a group chat or you're not active on social media. So no, you're there. Yeah. You have value, but people don't necessarily think of you because you're not being active. And right now we put so much emphasis on being active on social media or just different things, whereas here is a very simple way to like have this set up and go from there. And with this service we also create the backlinks, which can help you uh have a higher authority ranking on Google. And backlinks are basically like when you have someone from a credible site link, use it. How do I put this? Put your site's URL somewhere on their site. Like, for us, for example, when we see for a lot of clients, they may they will have a press page or a media page, and then they'll have that link on there. Well, that's the backlink for us. So those could be some backlinks. Well, not those could be some backlinks. I don't know where I was going with that, but we create those for you. So we help you with that. We help you with your keywords to make certain that you're being seen. And then, and this, and I hope I don't offend anyone with this, but sometimes there can be a language barrier because of who we typically go to get this type of service. And that's why I want people to understand the significance of it, because you don't have to deal with that language barrier, because you can talk to me, you can talk to Jamel, you can talk to other people on the sales team because we're all speaking the same language. And and I think that that's really important because nobody wants to spend money on something that they don't understand. You want to at least have general knowledge of SEO, and so that you can understand the value in it, so that you understand what it is that you're paying for, so that you know what it is that you should be expecting. But if you have no knowledge of it, then it's just like, okay, I don't really know if I need this, but you do really need this. I'm telling you, you do really need this. So yeah, that is basically what I wanted to share with you all about SEO. Um, just to kind of let you all know some other updates though pertaining to Swagger Magazine. We are looking for videos for our 15-year anniversary. So if you've ever been featured in a magazine, or if you just want to, celebrate with us and show your support, you can submit those videos to our social media pages and we will be sharing them next month. The video should be no longer than 60 seconds long, 1 minute long, or whatever. We are preparing to release another travel book, the mini size magazines that I never seem to, you know what? I'm going to actually reach over here. I think I can make it. Hold on. The travel books are mini size magazines. I started putting mine in my little clear bag, so when I go out places, people can actually see the cover from the bag, for my little purse. So we're offering ad space in these. We're gonna have a new one. Like, these mini magazines include one article. This is the article for that one in particular. And then they also include advertisements. And the special thing about these advertisements is, as you all can see, there is a QR code. So we can actually track how many people actually viewed, went to your website or went to your social media account that you have linked, and we can report it back to you. So this is a travel book. We have ad space in these for $75. If you were to go to the website, the swaggerpr.com site, let me just drop that here in the comments so you guys can check it out. Well, the first link I'm dropping is for our SEO services. And then I'm also going to drop the link for swaggerpr.com, because if you're interested in that $75 ad, you can go right to the website, purchase it, and we can get started on it for you. Get started on the design, because we create the design for you, so you don't even have to worry about that. You basically just have to turn your materials in, and it's a because these are, as you can see, smaller size magazines. These are 6x9, so the ad is a half page, a half of that 6x9. So just letting you all know, that is another project that we're working on. We have some really great stuff in the works, y'all. I haven't even shared like one of our bigger projects, but it's several things. So if you're looking for ways to advertise your business, I hope that you are, following the pages, tuned in, and also connected to us in our newsletter, because the newsletter oftentimes has different opportunities. Like, this is what we're looking for. This is the project we're working on. And you can always reach out to us. You can also visit our swaggerpr.com site. And from there, you can see all the new products or services that we have available. So that also will let you know what opportunities are coming up. So, and if you subscribe on the PR site, we also send out different newsletters there, because that is typically for our buying audience. So it's not like you're going to be getting those newsletters. Instead, you're going to be getting business related newsletters pertaining to different products, services, how-tos pertaining to business, different things along the lines of that. So I think that is everything that I wanted to include. If you all have any questions, please let us know. And don't forget to submit your 15-year anniversary videos. We are really looking forward to those. So peace and blessings, and y'all have a great day.